In this problem, we want to find the inverse of the function. So we got f of x is equal to x plus 3 squared, and x is less than or equal to negative 3. Well, first off, it is 1-to-1 because they put a condition on here. They're putting that condition on there to make it 1-to-1, which means we can work the problem. Well, first step, replace f of x with y. So we got y is equal to x plus 3 squared. Step 2, interchange x and y, swap them. So we got x is equal to y plus 3 squared. Step 3, solve for y. Well, we got something squared equal to the other side, square root property. We'll drop our squared and we'll put a plus or minus square root on the other side. So we got plus or minus square root of x is equal to y plus 3. Now we're solving for y, so we're going to take 3 over. So we got negative 3 plus or minus square root of x is equal to y. Step 4, put our inverse notation in. So the inverse of f is going to equal to negative 3 plus or minus square root of x. Now in this problem we have to do step 5 because it has a plus or minus symbol, which means it's not 1-to-1. So we need to make it 1-to-1. Well, let's look at our original graph. Now x plus 3 to the second power means it's a parabola, and since the number is inside with the x, it's shifted left to right opposite what you think. So plus 3 would make us think goes right 3, so it goes left 3. And it looks something like that. Now since we're saying where x is less than or equal to negative 3, less than or equal to means just the right side. So that would be our graph. Okay, well it's going to be symmetric to this line. Y is equal to x. Right there. And this starts at negative 3 on our x-axis, so our inverse will start at negative 3 on our y-axis. And it's symmetric to this line, which means we can take this part of this graph and flip it across this line, and that gives us our inverse. So as close as I can draw it, that'll be our inverse. Okay. Now if I look at the negative 3 plus or minus square root of x, whenever you got a plus or minus, you're going to keep either the plus or minus. Well, if I keep the plus, for example, we have negative 3 plus some number. Well, here's negative 3, and if I add anything to it, it'll be up here. Well, our inverse doesn't exist up there. It actually exists down here. So we're going to keep the negative version of that. So we're going to have negative 3 minus square root of x. Because if I were to plug in numbers here, like if I put in x equals 4, for example, square root of 4 is 2. We got negative 3 minus 2, which is negative 5. That's where it exists at. Now, the book will do something additional on here. They'll put a condition on x. They'll say x is greater than or equal to 0. That's not to make it 1-to-1. That's just to specify the domain. And that's our answer.